Hey everyone, George Stavro here from the Stavro Method. I don't know about you, but I find that I enjoy Tuesdays for some reason. Maybe it's because most of us dread Mondays, and if we get through that, the rest of the weekend tends to be smoother sailing. It's also a day where we can revisit what we did or did not do on Monday and how we can get back on track. You may have a lot of huge goals that you'll work on. Hey everyone, George Stavro here from the Stavro Method and why I like Tuesdays. I don't know about you, but I find that I enjoy Tuesdays for some reason. Maybe it's because most of us dread Mondays, and if we get through that, the rest of the week tends to be smoother sailing. It's also a day where we can revisit what we did not do on Monday, and how we can get back on track. You may have a lot of huge goals that you're working on. Some people have a hard time celebrating the smaller wins on their journey to success. They're in too much of a hurry to get to the end goal. I used to be like that until I learned of the Japanese term Kaizen, and here's a definition for it. Kaizen is an approach to creating continuous improvement based on the idea that small, ongoing positive changes can reap major improvements. Take your workouts as an example. At one point in my life, I would have a mentality of all or nothing in the gym. If I couldn't get in a full hour, I wouldn't go at all. Basically, I was lying to myself. It wasn't that I was extremely busy, I just didn't make it a priority. A day off turned into a week off, which eventually turned into a year off. All the gains that I made up to that point disappeared and left me depressed. It also turned into a downward spiral, which was hard to get out of. I decided to make a change in my life, and instead of the all or nothing approach, I told myself I would just work out for 10 minutes straight. Even if it's a total bodyweight workout in my basement, just one set for each body part was my goal for that session. I made this a daily habit, and after about a week of doing this, I added more time and intensity to my training. Eventually, I got back to the point where I was back to my old self and training daily for at least an hour. How does this tie into why I like Tuesdays? If you fell off the wagon on Monday and are dumping on yourself for things you didn't accomplish, take a step back. Make a list of what you did get done. Maybe it wasn't everything you set out to do, but remember the Kaizen method. We're looking at small, consistent improvements over time, which will eventually add up. Also, without being too hard on yourself, ask yourself what prevented you from doing what you said you were going to do. Monday is over and don't dwell on it. What can you do differently on Tuesday to help you get back on track? Every new day is another beginning. I'm not saying to ignore past choices, but don't live there. Do what you can to make today better than yesterday. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just have to get going. And love yourself enough to invest in yourself. You are worth it. If you need help in your journey to optimal health and wellness, be sure to visit my site at www.thestavomethod.com. Along with my team, have put together an incredible package that takes a preventative and holistic approach to health and wellness. I have 20 plus experts in various areas that contributed to this incredible resource. In the meantime, when you visit my site, fill in the opt-in form to get access to the following free ebooks. How you can sculpt a leaner, healthier body in 12 weeks, a guide for beginners, which is the #1 bestseller on Amazon, and the abridged version of the Stavro Method, a 12-week, day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. George Stavro, President of the Stavro Method.